and the leprechaun is dead. It's in a pile of ash in the back of some casino in Vegas. Cut to Leprechaun 4 in space, and Leprechaun 4 in space is actually a very clever little parody on like aliens and space marine movies. There's actually a lot of fun stuff in it, but it has there's no need for a leprechaun to be involved at all. None. Nobody in the film even recognizes him as a leprechaun. Nobody says, hey, it's a leprechaun. They say he's an alien or a little monster. They call him a bastard a bunch of times. Hey, you bastard. There's a troop of space marines. The sergeant has like half a head that he lost when he got hit with a grenade or whatever. Somehow he survived with his skull blown apart. Like that's how tough he is, right? So they put like a metal plate that you can see. Like it's just like half of his head is like chrome or whatever. And there's a whole troop of, there's the wisecracking black guy space marine. There's the hard as nails chick marine. There's all these dumb marines that honestly they're obviously going to get killed. And then there's the one like really really heroic marine, but everybody makes fun of him because he likes to read, so his nickname is Books. And then there's the really hot science officer who's been forced by the person who's paying all these Marines to go and do that. All a bunch of mercenaries to go and do some mission on the world. So she's going to be there to supervise them, but they all resent her because she's not one of them. It's very much a spoof of aliens. So they go to this world I think they're trying to like secure a mine or something. I don't really know what they're there for, but the leprechaun is in space. I don't know how he got there. Don't ask me how he got there, but he is in space trying to woo the princess of the planet Dominia, because he wants to marry her so that he can then become a king, because that's all he wants to do is become a king. He doesn't care about gold, doesn't care about gold at all, just wants to become a king, wants his princess so he can become a king. Again, no idea. The princess only wants the leprechaun. I guess the leprechaun does have gold, so I don't know why he wants to be a king if it doesn't come with gold. He has gold, we never see the gold, but she says, I'll marry you for your gold, whatever. Anyway, while they're having this like hot romantic dinner deciding their prenup agreement, I guess, the space marines come down and they kill the leprechaun with a grenade, right? And the hot chick dives out of the way, but she loses a hand in the explosion, I guess, and hits her head, and they take her back to the world. They scan her, so they find out she's the princess of Dominia, a yet undiscovered planet. If it's yet undiscovered, how do you know its name? And also, how do you know they have a government system based on a monarchy where she is the princess? Honestly, none of this makes any sense. So, but what the least thing that makes sense is that one of the guy that threw the grenade, apparently, as is his right as a space marine, after his kill, he's allowed to pee on it. So he pees on the kill, and the spirit of the leprechaun, I kid you not, travels up the stream of urine and enters the marine's penis.
I feel like we should have spent the past 2 hours talking about only this one.
There really isn't much to talk about, honestly, as far as Leprechaun things go. It is a crazy movie and probably deserves its own episode. But as far as like Leprechaun thing, it's not really about leprechauns at all.
Doesn't seem it.
There's a crazy man who's like, his name is Dr. Mittenhand, and he is German. I don't know why in the year 2096 that he talks like he is from Nazi Germany, but he does. And his whole thing is to try and find a way to like regenerate himself, because he's only like half a torso and a head after the accident. And so anyway, a lot of crap. We can find out that the Princess of Dominia has in her blood the ability to, in her DNA, the ability to regenerate. She regenerates the hand that was blown off in the explosion. So they realize now they can regenerate the body of Dr. Mittenhand, and so that's what they want to do. Meanwhile, the leprechaun has exploded out of the penis of the man who peed on him, while the man was having foreplay with the hard as nails marine chick. So
So, if someone has a boner, the leprechaun who has no leprechaun qualities really can explode out of his penis.
That's what happens. So then the toughest nails chick marine swears vengeance on that little bastard for what he did to Kowalski. So they all come out. They all try and go after him. Each of them is killed in terrible ways. Apparently, the way that they dispose of waste on this ship is with flesh-eating bacteria. And so they think that the leprechaun went in there. And if he did, why wouldn't he have also been eaten by the flesh-eating bacteria? We don't know, but they have to put on hazmat suits and go in after him. I don't know why. The leprechaun slices with his little pointy fingers. He slices a hole in one of the two guys' hazmat suits. And by the time the other guy is able to drag him back into the airlock, get him decontaminated and everything, by the time of that, they take off his hood and the whole thing is just a skeleton. Just a bloody skeleton. That's how fast the flesh-eating bacteria work. That apparently you need them to dispose of human waste in this spaceship. That's how human waste is disposed of, via flesh-eating bacteria. Yeah, so.
I gotta be honest, it feels a little chaotic.
Right. Beep Boop, this is Leprechaun 4. Keep up. Beep Boop says that this is selling on Leprechaun 2. This is Leprechaun. We're now Leprechaun 4 in space. Leprechaun 4 in space. Honestly, it's the one I would recommend the most out of all of them because it is the craziest of all of them. Yeah. So anyway, the Leprechaun also was able to use mind control. So he mind controls the chrome domed sergeant into thinking he is a woman. So he dresses up as a woman, puts on a wig. I don't know where he gets the glittery mini dress and the wig on this space marine flight, but he does a little dance and they have to kill him because he won't stop trying to kill them. Yeah, that's the thing that happens. Dr. Mittenhand is the leprechaun and the princess, when she comes to, join forces and become a duo of evil. And honestly, it's the most fun they ever had with the leprechaun. He has with him a sidekick woman who secretly hates him, but they have the same end, which is they want to see all of these space marines dead. So that they're bickering back and forth like an old married couple, and it's honestly some fun dialogue. It just makes no sense at all, but it's honestly like the dialogue is fun. So they decide that they've captured Dr. Mittenhand, and they're going to combine her regenerative DNA. They put it in a blender from his laboratory. They take a scorpion and a spider, and they put them in there, and they blend it up, and they inject that into his brain, and then he becomes Dr. Mittenspider, and he's like a horrible, grotesque, I would say half spider, half man, but it's like 78% spider, 22% man.
It's like a man-bear-pig situation.
Yeah, and anyway, so they're able to finally kill the leprechaun when they shoot it out of the airlock. The leprechaun has already started the self-destruct mechanism. They're able to figure out how to disable that. So then the only people who are still alive are the hot science lady, Private Books, who is the hero guy, and then the wisecrack and black guy, and the two of the hot smart guy and smart heroic guy and the hot chick start making out, and the black guy's like, none for me, I guess. And then he looks outside of the window, and because what happens when you get sent out of the airlock, you explode, and so it's just the hand of the leprechaun passing by the window, and then just does one of these pass by. End of Leprechaun 4.
That sounds like the greatest movie ever made.
RESPECT. Click the subscribe button and find out what it means to me. Nah, that doesn't have a ring to it. But if you like videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, subscribe now.